spectacular style of his. I thought for a moment he was really hurt. Stevens probably owes them something today. He turned in an ordinary game last weekend. Now Long goes inside the 30. So if you're really looking for somebody that will put his hand up today, I fancy it'll be Jason Stevens. The ball put down there by Jason Ferris, and Simpkins will order a scrum on the 30-metre line. You can't do that against the Broncos. You've got to take every chance.
Ray, to beat the Broncos, you've got to go in at half-time having controlled the football better than your opponents. Tremendous hit front on there from young Dane Carlaw and Martin Lang. And you're not going to have superior ball possession if you cough it up on the second or third tackle in good attacking position.
Unbeaten here at ANZ Stadium this year, the Broncos. And Martin Lang, blood coming from the nose. It doesn't surprise me. I'm just looking at Carlaw in the background. It did appear to be a head clash, and that's Beattie going on in 14. He's a real toiler, Chris Beattie. He's been quite good for them, actually. We've been with them the last fortnight, the Sharks. Takiri it was who played the ball before Carroll, playing in the second row today. Gets it 7 metres from the halfway line, still in his own end of the park, and Wendell Sailor now leaves the halfway line behind him. Play over on the eastern side. The grandstand over there heavily accommodated. I doubt that there's a vacant seat over there, as Eichen gets Tallis coming off his left hip, and then Tallis is tackled 40 metres away. Sharks into the ground. A sort of a staggered start to the game, and this is Michael De Vere now. One of the very best centres in the game, Michael De Vere. Now for Walters, across and putting the over there towards Wendell Sailor. Sailor's up there, so is Howland. The ball is there with the Sharks, and Simpkins says play on. So already Brisbane have made it clear that they too will target the wing occupied by the very short Brett Howland. Richardson did well to help, as Stevens now thumps his way out 18 metres from his own line. Donato for Long. Nathan Long losing his footing, I hope. Otherwise it looked like a complete submission. Graham to the 30-metre line, and Donato turns it back inside for Dykes and comes across the ground as Adam Dykes linking up with Chris McKenna.
Last tackle, last. Let him stand. Work on.
Former Bronco. He's gone on to much bigger things since he left the Brisbane side, though, as Graham puts a kick in, keeping it low. And Sailor is back there with Lockyer. Lockyer supporting Sailor, but Sailor running towards the touchline. And that's how close he got.
Needed all his strength to stay in the field of play there as Brisbane Broncos straighten play up. Pretty tough to kick against the Broncos. Got a choice of going near Takiri, Wendell Sailor or Darren Lockyer. Three of the best returners in the business.
Nathan Long went in very awkwardly on a tackle there, and he's a bit groggy in back play. It's John Lang and his son being attended to by Dr. Peter Maloof. Takiri. I talked about Carlo being the youngest. He's only a couple of months younger than Lottie Takiri, as Brisbane kick down into the Howland corner again, and here comes Brett coming out to the 10-metre line now. Bigger men making it hard work for the little fellow over there. Peachy uses Dykes, and Dykes is not much bigger than Howland. Where are the forwards? Where are the forwards? Here's one, Beattie. They only just got themselves back there to sign on for duty. Here's Nathan Long. As I said, he was quite groggy just a couple of tackles ago. Pearce about to come onto the ground. Andrew Pearce, after his week suspension. That pass was suspect to McKenna. He got the ball back on the inside for Dykes. Dykes out to the 40-metre line, gets a one-handed ball away to Stevens. Stevens away for Peachy. Peachy's into open space. Peachy's gone inside the 30-metre line. Then he gets away from Kevin Walters, comes across that line, puts the kick down the ground. It bounces inside the 10, and it's cleaned up by Lockyer. No, it's not. It's cleaned up by the number 4, Michael De Vere.
Well, great play, wasn't it, from the Sharks? And I'm with you, Rabs. I do think the initial pass was forward, but a couple of these passes, this one now from Jason Stevens, nearly the pass of the season. And Peachy found some open space, then had the foresight to look out wide with support. And luckily for Brisbane, De Vere was back there.
As he often is, Paul, he's starting to get a little bit of a reputation like Matt Singh. You see him involved in a lot of situations that stop tries from the opposition by being the man on the spot.
So Tallis gritting the teeth and charging outside the 40-metre line. Nathan Long has got a scalp wound and there's blood coming down the side of his face, so I guess that he'll be in the blood bin shortly. Peachy coming away off the 10-metre line. And that's a very good chase and a very good tackle by De Vere. Rogers then beating Walters, taken by De Vere. And then Walters is able to knock it backwards and get the ball for Brisbane. Now they're 20 metres out from the line, the home team. Tallis. 12 metres away from the line now. Second play. Prentice on, Walters away. Aikens with it. Behind Lockyer. Lockyer eventually pummeled into the ground by the Cronulla centre on the left there, Russell Richardson. Berrigan finding Carroll. Carroll upended by Donato and laid over by Beattie. Prentice goes to the blind for Thorne, a quick pass. It went behind the player it was intended for, then to Lockyer, then for Saylor. Saylor is over the line, but he is held up in goal.
Yeah, Wendell Saylor doesn't need much room, does he? He forces the room for him to move around in. And there was plenty of Cronulla Sharks in front of him, but he went straight ahead. And good work there from Russell Richardson and David Peachy to hold him up.
Had a bit of work to do already, Russell Richardson. And he's done it very well. As Brisbane win this scrum close to the line. Aiken drifting across the park, linking up with Gordon Tallis. And Aiken got a hand to it, he couldn't hold it. Rogers is with it for the Sharks. Brisbane firing the first bullet in the chamber. They didn't want to wait around for the full set.
And the Broncos opting to use Gordon Tallis out wide from the scrum win. Try and put him one-on-one against a back. I think he'd be too powerful. And he almost created something as the Sharks now work it out from their own end. Dykes. Wide pass to Ferris.
Ferris is having a dreadful day with his hands. Brisbane then, they try to hurt him in the worst possible way. Berrigan put down. The Sharks creating their own problems. Saylor, a fend, and then an offload for Berrigan. Berrigan for Campion. Campion for Walters. Walters for Tallis. Tallis leaves the 20 astern. Goes inside the 10. 7 away from the line. Then Aiken. Now Harvey Howard. Kevin Walters steps away from Donato. Stands in the tackle. Gives it to Ben Aiken. Aiken goes off his right foot. Tries to go through the gap. Closed by Chris McKenna. Play back for Luke Prentice. Prentice comes down the short side for Tallis. Tallis is met there by Colin Best, who's under the microscope today. And it's Tallis who plays the ball. Prentice for the line, a metre short. Howard at acting half. Then he is pulled down and Simpkins gives Broncos a penalty. It was a very enthusiastic Jason Stevens as the Broncos go across the ground. They're in 6-point mode. No need to have a look at the 2 points. They're going for the big one. Lockyer gives it back for Saylor. Saylor pulled down, grassing tackle originally by Chris McKenna, cleaned up by Donato. Now they go to the left. Walters gets it away, a juggle by Aiken. Aiken's 11 metres out from the line. Inside ball for De Vere. Gets away from Lang. He's a metre short. What a tackle by Peachy. Now it's played back, and it's gone from Walters. It's lost by the Broncos. Penalty goes to the Sharks. We'll take a bow, Sharks.
Yeah, great defence there from the Sharks. As good as they've done all year to hold out this rampaging Brisbane side the way they have the last 12 or 18 tackles. What about this for a tackle? Copybook around the legs, around the hips, sliding down the legs. They don't come much better than that.
Harvey Howard ruled correctly by referee Paul Simpkins to be offside. So the Sharks were really under the hammer, weren't they? They put themselves there and then they got themselves out of it as Martin Lang makes good meters. Now Andrew Pearce works back on the short side for Matty Rogers.
Well, we saw a try saver from David Pucci there. Chris McKenna has been out for a month with rib cartilage injury. That's him leaving the field now. He too responsible for a couple of beautiful tackles in that defensive effort.
Treaster is back on the park. He'll be glad to be there after a couple of weeks out, and they go right across the ground, linking up with their star centre, Russell Richardson. 32 metres out from the Brisbane line. Adam Dykes. Then away for Jason Ferris, playing at second receiver. And here's Andrew Pearce out very wide. Then he gets the ball back for Colin Best, and Best looking for the opening, but Harvey Howard is there with Luke Prittis and Brad Thorne. They close it down. Treaster goes to the 20-metre line, fires the ball away for Ferris, steps off his left foot. The main thing in his mind is to keep possession. Now the kick, batter down, Cronulla's going to make it. Cronulla's there, it's Paul Mellor. Paul Mellor is over to score. Cronulla leads 4 points to nothing.
And doing what they do so well. Kicking game, a lovely kick there, deliberately batted back by Matt Rogers into the arms of Paul Mellor. That must just about be his first touch this afternoon. He's done a great job off the bench on many occasions, and a tremendous first touch for him. But this all goes back to the defensive effort at the other end of the field. Something like 24 tackles made in a row inside their 20-metre line. Now they've come 100 metres to get the ball over themselves.
Yeah, great play from Cronulla. Remember the defence that they put in? Well, they've got the rewards for that great defence. And Paul Mellor has been a really handy player this year for the Cronulla Sharks. Come off the bench week in, week out, but he's one of their 4 or 5 best performers every week, let me tell you. And the Brisbane fans, well, they're shocked.
Paul Mellor's not shocked. That's his 44th career try. And another example of how this game has changed over the years. That was just perfect Australian rules with the ruck and the rover. And here's Rogers, the ball screwing away in front of the uprights. No addition to the scoreboard. It is 4-0 the Sharks over Brisbane as we take a break.
Tonight.
The worst possible day you could shoot a show like this.
Rain, hail, sleet or snow.
Charles, this wind.
Yeah, I know, mate. They're going to be blown away.
Nothing can stop the ultimate Aussie makeover.
Low maintenance native garden.
Backyard Blitz tonight on Win.
Thanks to Sony, you could win one of 5 great sensory experiences. Win a trip to the pyramids in Egypt, or the Formula One in Brazil, a safari in Africa, a food tour of Tuscany, or the Munich Oktoberfest. There are also thousands of scratch and win prizes to be won. To enter, buy $200 worth of Sony product and register at www.sony.com.au.
It's a Sony.
Can you hear that? Hear what? That.
Nothing's tougher than hard yakka.
Sit, stay. Okay, thanks.
It's the smoked chicken and cheese sausage with tasty corn relish in our new Smoky Dog combo that makes you want to woof it down. That's what I want. Red Rooster.
At Hitachi, you know what you'll pay for parts for 12 months with a PartSmart book. Plus, get new for old exchange components like water pumps, starter motors, and more. UD Trucks. Drive your transport dollars further.
Thrills, spills, that's the Bundaberg Rum Bull Riding Series 2000, the biggest and richest series in Australia, and it's coming to Charters Tower Showground Saturday, August 19. Gates open at 5 p.m. for a 7 p.m. start. Fireworks, bands, bullfighters, prizes and giveaways. Proudly endorsed by the champion bull riders, you'll see Australia's top bull riders going head-to-head with the meanest bucking bulls around. So for a great night out, come along to the Bundaberg Rum Bull Riding Series 2000. It's the genuine article.
Now, Thomas and his friends are busier than ever, bringing you even more fun. Watch Percy pick up a load. Pass it on to Terence, who tips it into Thomas, who gives it back to Percy. It's the Thomas and Friends Big Loader from Tomy. And now there's even more fun with Push and Go Thomas and Melody Thomas. He plays your favourite tunes. And Pull Along Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas and Friends, the fun never stops with Tomy.
When half a ton of grizzly feels hungry,
The power was just overwhelming.
what does it eat?
We were pretty much trapped in the sleeping bags. I thought I was going to die that day.
Anything at once.
No, Bear, no!
Man at his best tonight on Win.
Brisbane. He's starting with a very deep kickoff from Darren Lockyer. Just as well there was a deep in goal. 4-0 in favour of the Sharks after Rogers failed to convert the try scored by Paul Mellor. But what Rogers did do was go high above the pack. And with Melbourne taking us live today, you would understand what I'm talking about with the ruck rover in a rugby league game. Big man up and the little man waiting down. But Paul Mellor is one of the biggest players in the Sharks team. He got the try. Graham tackled on the 40-metre line. Dean Treaster. Off he goes down the short side, and then Russell Richardson lost the script completely. It's taken all the impetus out of the attack, and he's gone to ground. 5 metres on his own side of the halfway. Jason Ferris for David Peachey to step and beat Campion, and then he beats Berrigan. Goes through an opening. Peachey's inside the 20. They're going for the corner. Here they come up the middle. Adam Dykes. Dykes is over. The Sharks are in again. David Peachey at his brilliant best.
Well, if the fans at the ANZ Stadium were shocked by what they saw moments ago, they are absolutely stunned by this. The pass back to Peachey, if he frees it there, just have a look at the defence. He's got these players in front of him. It is staggered, and as play continues, watch the footwork. Back inside, throws the dummy, fools a couple more, strides out. What an athlete. He's got support everywhere, mainly on the left-hand side. That's where it needed to be. And the short little ball back inside. Adam Dykes scores. Great counter-attack. I was talking about the return of the Brisbane back three. There's none better than this bloke.
Well, I think even David Peachey would admit he hasn't been in the best of form the last month, but I'll tell you what, he's at his top today. This is the Peachey of old. Brilliant running. Lovely style of running, and he found plenty of space. And Adam Dykes, a missed tackle in the end there by Lockyer. And Dykes gets over, running the ball on the 5th.
Not quite sure who threw that last little one back inside to Dykes. I'm hoping it was Jason Ferris because he's had an unhappy start to the game, but it was a really good ball. They were running out of room, and he found the right man.
Rogers. This one looks better. This one is straight over the black dot. The Sharks are converted try. 10-0 after 17 minutes. What a start for the Sydney side. Andrew.
What a start indeed, and I can tell you, sitting here alongside the Sharks bench, it was a huge thrust of adrenaline the moment they went over for the try. Johnny Lang was up, Chris McKenna got to his feet, so too Shannon Donato. They know that this is exactly what they wanted. The spirits are right up.
So Brisbane through Darren Lockyer take us into the next segment of this sensational start for the Sharks. They came here friendless, really, in betting. Almost impossible to find somebody wanting to tip them. And they're not home, of course they're not home, but by Jove, it's a great start for them.
Well, Ray, we talk about momentum coming into final series. The reason that nobody wanted to back them, they've won 2 of their last 6. And they're up against a team that, up until last week, when they were beaten by the Sydney City Roosters, had won 7 straight.
And on the road, of course, the Sharks only winning 3 matches this year. As Dykes is there to support Andrew Pearce. Dykes running across the park, and the Broncos basically letting him run. Mellor tackled on the halfway. Now it's Graham giving it on for Ferris. Ferris back for Peachey. Peachey intercepted by Takiri. He's immediately put down by Ferris and Peachey. 15 is Harrison. Rogers. Now Lockyer. Lockyer not going anywhere on the 40-metre line. Here's Saylor. And Saylor was upended, and he's also put down by Jason Stevens that time. Now they go down the eastern side of the ground with Brad Thorne. Behind Harrison, he finds Walters, and Walters on for Eichen. Eichen goes to the air. De Vere is the main chaser. Rogers is there. Ball is down. Lockyer's got it. Came off the feet of Tallis. Tallis gets it over the line. Does he ground the ball? No. Brilliant refereeing by Simpkins. Held up in goal is the ruling.
Yes, man on the spot there. He's only an inch away from that Simpkins. He got in great position. But once again, this Cronulla defence, that's being the star of the day, their defence. Gordon Tallis just simply had to pick it up and dive over, but he's held up.
I think it's
by
Paul
Mellor. Again, he scored one, he saved one, Mellor.
And unfortunately has hurt himself in the process. Rogers looked as though he was going to take that one, but it bounced out. Lockyer desperate to get the pass away to a support player, and just have a look. Gordon Tallis, you would think unstoppable from a metre out. The strength shown by Paul Mellor there, one-on-one. Best did come in late, but it was one-on-one. It was incredible.
So we've got a little period here with an injury for Mellor. We'll take a break at 10-0 at the 20th minute, 10-0 the Sharks.
On 60 Minutes, the uproar over baby making.
Hey, gorgeous.
Look what happens when it all goes wrong.
They abandoned me in the hospital.
The egg donor.
What price is there for a child?
The surrogate mum.
They lied to me and my family.
The gay parents.
She was just another employee.
At each other's throats.
I was used.
I never want to see that woman again.
Also, the best boss in the world. Why he gave each worker $1 million cash.
Life has a price, doesn't it?
Toyota presents 60 Minutes, tonight, 7:30.
It's still less expensive to build your brand new home with luxury living than to buy second-hand. Compare for yourself. The Paddington Mark V is a spacious 4-bedroom home, complete with 2-way bathroom and walk-in robe, and the complete house and land package is yours for only $130,866.
Living in the life of luxury, luxury living.
The Shoe Barn is where you'll find the largest selection in Townsville. If you're looking for Hush Puppies, Dinah, Ferrari, Candy or Branch, you'll find them all at the Shoe Barn. Plus women's larger sizes, wider fitting, even women's safety shoes. There's also the latest fashion shoes, bridal shoes, joggers, sandals and slippers. And men's dress shoes, thongs, sandals, leather casuals, reef work boots and larger sizes too. Plus everything you need in children's shoes too. For a great range of famous brand name shoes, it's the Shoe Barn. Open Thursday night, Yateman Street, Hyde Park.
I climb mountains. I dance the tango. I run and run and run. I practice yoga. I drink Physical because all my life I need strong, healthy bones.
Physical, the most calcium for the most out of life.
I still remember getting my first candy from my grandfather. It was Werther's Original, and I was 4. I'll never forget that first taste. Sweet and creamy, and just plain good. I felt I was really somebody special. Now, I am the grandfather. And what else would I give my little grandson but my Werther's Original? He's somebody special, too.
For instant adrenaline, just add water.
The 2000 World Outrigger Canoe Sprint Championships are coming to Townsville. From August 12th to the 19th, the waters of Townsville Strand will witness crews from around the world paddle it out to the number 1.
We're coming from Hawaii to Townsville, and we're looking forward to seeing you there.
For more information, contact CivicNet. The 2000 World Outrigger Canoe Sprint Championships.
Brought to you by Win Television.
10 metres out from the line, and Walters is tackled. Now it's gone across and away from Eichen. Eichen for Lockyer. Lockyer 12 metres out from the line. 20 metres in from touch on the eastern side. It's back with Harvey Howard this time. And Howard, he will play the ball. Playing it back for Luke Priddis. Then Walters inside ball there for Berrigan. Brisbane on the attack, trailing 10-0. Aiken away for Tallis. They're just 12 metres out from the line as De Vere is put down by this Cronulla defence that has been supreme today. This is the last tackle now for Aiken to go across to Sailor's wing. There they go again. It's gone forward off Brisbane, I fancy.
Forward off Broncos.
And that's the rolling from Paul Simpkins. He'll take them back to the 20 for the restart.
Came off the arm of Wendell Sailor. As Chris McKenna makes a good, tough 11 metres from the restart. This isn't the defensive effort of a side that got beaten by 38 points last weekend.
Beattie. 43 away from his own line. 2 tries on the board for the Sharks. 1 for Mellor and the other for Dykes. Shane Walker about to come into the game for his first time today, and the penalty goes to the Sharks.
Yeah, Jason Stevens made a good run, got through a tackle. Harvey Howard wouldn't let him go. He tried to get to his feet and Harvey Howard pulled him down. So simple as that, penalty. And Matt Rogers will kick for touch, and geez, they'll be in great field position in a tick.
This breeze, if anything, is behind Brisbane. It's a crosswind, but if it's favouring either, it's favouring Brisbane. Just coming off that top right-hand corner of your screen, diagonally across and down. And then it's Graham giving a very neat pass to McKenna. The Brisbane defence read it, close to the line. The Sharks, oh, he's over! That's Donato! Shannon Donato is over! Well, Brisbane, they have really opened up on a couple of occasions now. There is a real problem with the minor premiers.
Well, Shannon Donato got his first try last week or 2 weeks ago in something like 75 matches. But he makes it look easy now. A little planned move leading up to this one. They tried to sell a second man coming, but they gave the short pass. And then from the play the ball, Berrigan at marker, unable to stop Donato, burrowed away to score.
Well, there's 30,000 people here, and the 8 Cronulla fans have gone berserk. They're loving it. A great determined effort there from Shannon Donato. Took on a smaller man in Berrigan. They got down there on the back of a good set of 6 and a penalty, so the discipline for Brisbane is really costing them at the moment.
Just let me paint the picture to you again now. Firstly, Penrith are very nervous, I know that, but if the Sharks win, they would play the Roosters on Saturday night, and Parramatta would play Brisbane on Sunday afternoon. It would also mean that Penrith, along with Melbourne, have been eliminated. There's the kick from 10 metres in from touch, and it's wide. No addition, but it's a handy scoreline, much more than they probably hoped for. 14-0, Andrew Voss on the sideline.
Well, it's going beautifully on the scoreboard. On the sideline, John Lang's rotation of the front rowers has been upset a little. Concerns for his son. Obviously, Martin Lang, he's had trouble stemming the blood flow from the nose after that earlier collision. He's about to go back in now, but it has been a bit of a problem.
Gee, I tell you what, he's flirting. He's flirting with that dead ball line. Lockyer.
Just on Brisbane, Peter, I can't see too much drama. I mean, they're playing well. Any signs there? They don't look sluggish or anything to me.
No, they're going along nicely to the extent that, you know, they're not missing too many tackles. They have been busted up a couple of times, but that's been through the quality of the attack from the Sharks. The one thing that the Brisbane side won't do is panic. You know, they've got great experience out there, especially in finals football. I do believe that they'll show the patience to get back into this game and wait for mistakes.
Nathan Long just doing something that they don't need to do, and that's throwing chancy passes down on your own 20-metre line. 14-0. Okay, don't close up shop. Not saying that, but there's no need to take unnecessary risks at that end of the park. Lockyer on the fly. 48 metres away from the Sharks line. The Sharks leading by 14 points to nothing. You heard me right. The Sharks by 14 points to nothing. And I would imagine right through the Sutherland Shire they are at the moment very, very much up on their toes. And down at the foot of the mountains, Penrith are starting to tremble a little bit. Brad Thorne, 28 metres out centre of the ground. When will they start their climb back? Walters puts a kick into the Brett Howland wing again. Howland passes for his captain, Peachy. Peachy slides up the side of the upright and then is put away. Well, by now, Brett Howland knows they're coming. You don't have to send him a telegram. He knows they're coming. And believe it or not, he's marking Wendell Sailor. Martin Lang now.
Don't the back three for Cronulla show great confidence in each other? Watch for the rest of this match. Every time a kick goes down, they will interact. They'll throw reverse passes, cross each other, just something to try and put a little bit of pressure on the defence. On that occasion, Howland had no qualms about throwing a pass behind his own line to David Peachy.
They're up to the halfway line using 5 tackles. That is going out on the full. And way out off the boot of Adam Dykes. It brings just a look of dismay on the coach's face. Didn't get it sweetly. Came off the outside edge. And Brisbane on their first tackle with Kevy Walters. Brad Thorne now. Rested last Saturday night. Shane Walker. Fluctuation of fortunes for the Walker brothers. Ben was the number one of the Walker brothers, but now he's basically unwanted, and the others are the ones that are getting time on the park. Aikens pass finding De Vere. De Vere tackled. 15 out from the line, tackled by Colin Best. Across the Ben Aiken. They kick again into the face of Howland. Richardson went across and gave cover. And I'm not so sure that he should not have been penalised there.
Well, in saying that, Ray, the touch dose has come in. And will this be a penalty to the Broncos? Alan Fella, ex-player, he's the touch judge.
There's no doubt he's got to be penalised.
Broncos player, no intention going to the ball. He's altered his part trying to get to the ball. He's impeded the Broncos player going to the ball.
Righto.
Okay, it's just happened right here.
Okay. Can't see you, mate. You know what he said? You can attack the ball, you can't attack the line of the player, okay? If he's
so Russell Richardson is being penalised. He's run several metres to get... Stay with the referee here.
Hey, you got a penalty going towards you. You're going to be silly, you'll be sitting on the sideline, right?
Richardson moved several metres to get in the line of Wendell Sailor. David Peachy chatting with the referee, just slowing it down as much as he can. Carroll.
Let him up.
It's a warranted penalty. Walker, Walters, Campion. Are they coming to get them now? Campion to play it. And Walker at acting half. Tallis ran a decoy. Aiken inside the 10. Lockyer running close to him, and he's thumped to the ground. Ferris and McKenna. They go the short side again. Tallis. And Gordon will be made to play the ball close to the touch line and close to the try line. Aiken now. Down low for Walker. Walker, he lost the plot, I feel. I think Campion was meant to get it. Now Walters. Grubber kicks back and they'll have to move here. Rogers, and he's put away. It's a line drop out.
Lucky for the Cronulla side that Matt Rogers was covering, because there were some Broncos charging through on this Kevy Walters stab. In particular De Vere, and he would have got there first if Matt Rogers hadn't come from the far wing and covered up.
I've got to say to you, Paul, I thought Peachy and Ferris, their reaction time was poor.
It was, that's for sure. They were hoping, obviously, it went over the dead ball line. But once again, some great Cronulla defence.
Sailor. By his own admission, he will tell you he's playing as well, if not better, than ever in his career. Harvey Howard. 25 away from the Sharks line. Lockyer for Tallis. Tallis pulled down 10 metres out. Mick Graham making the final tackle. Lockyer for Walters. Walters a wide ball, misdirected, taken by Campion. Now with Carroll. And some old-fashioned tackling paying off for Cronulla. Conventional stuff down around the legs. Sailor playing the ball, 10 metres out, eastern side. Walters finding Aiken. Flick passes back to Walters. Floats it over. It's come from Harrison to Carlaw to Tallis. Tallis at the 20-metre line. Puts in a kick. Beautifully weighted, but it's in touch in goal.
You know, you made a good point there, Ray. Their defence, it is old-fashioned. They're getting in first around the legs. They're committing themselves to their man, and they've only missed one tackle in the opening, 30 minutes of the match.
It's unbelievable.
Outstanding effort.
One missed tackle, 104 made, and plenty of those down on their own line, where a missed tackle would have led to a try.
Pete, there's one excellent battle going on out there. Colin Best last week, if you remember, had a pretty ordinary game in defence. Well, he's marking Michael De Vere. This is a great battle between those two. Colin Best, Michael De Vere, and so far Best is just coming out on top.
Here's Graham now running into the shoulder of Tallis, and Tallis puts him down, and there's another of those sloppy play the balls. Well, Dean Treaster is blowing up Mega. It's not a very difficult task. Let's look at the replay to see if there was anything that Brisbane had to answer for. See, Gordon Tallis has got involved there, but only after Treaster made the mistake himself. Got to have a look in a mirror occasionally, some of these blokes. Almost the first thing they were taught at rugby league school, how to play the ball, and it's been made so simple by the changes in the rules. There's no contest. You've got to play it backwards. There's nothing more simple in rugby league. Carroll playing out in the centres now. Priddis. Telecast live into Melbourne this afternoon. So sometimes we might just go a bit more deeply into the rules at the risk of labouring the rules to our other viewers. But here's Howard. Playing the ball back for Priddis. Priddis' pass wasn't good, it was low. Walters has done well to step off his right foot and then create a little problem. Tackle by Pearce and Lang, and then Tallis. Oh! Harrison got a kick on it before it hit the ground, and then it was picked up by Graham for Cronulla.
Well, it was a great kick and a great take. It was almost a knock on. He got his boot to the ball. And then Nick Graham fumbled and got it back. A high shot there, and Martin Lang let go by the ref.
Pearce.
Needs to be a good set of six from the Sharks. The last couple of, the last couple of times they've come out, they've made a mistake. They've done it again. And we keep saying it, you were going to get hurt by it at one stage.
Brisbane across for Walters and then for Darren Lockyer. Lockyer really attracting plenty of attention when he comes into that back line. Walters away from dummy half. Down on one knee and tackled 12 metres out, centre of the ground. 14-0 in favour of the Sharks. Are Brisbane about to make the scoreboard? Yes, they are. Tallis is over, under the bar. The Raging Bull has done it again. And the adoring fans, they stand to applaud one of the great players of the world of rugby league.
And this gave them the opportunity. Andrew Pearce, strong tackle from Harvey Howard. Twisted around. The attempt to make some further metres, out it came. He claims it was stripped, not so. This is a planned move. Watch Luke Priddis as we freeze it there. He is deliberately running into that gap. He wants to attract that man because he knows there's a hole. And he knows that Gordon Tallis is right up his tail. Play continues. He goes, steps back in a little bit, and Tallis straight through two tackles. Unstoppable from there, especially with the head of steam.
Yeah, and the main reason there was a hole there because the player on the outside, Dean Treaster, just went up a fraction too quickly, showed him a gap, and they took advantage of it. Great running from Gordon Tallis, and one of the best dummy halves in the business in Priddis.
Darren Lockyer from right in front. So it's a converted try to Brisbane. They're only 8 behind. 6 minutes to the half-time break. We'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Weeknights at 6.
Yeah, that's not $2 well spent.
Could have bought a Big Mac.
This is McDonald's Burgers. Choose your favourite for just $2. Better hurry.
Pay less now at Amart All Sports. 7 styles, one crazy price. $59.99. Brooks over 35% off pre-GST prices. These styles slashed to $80. Nike footwear final clearance. Hurry in now and pay less on golf sets, tennis rackets, squash rackets, soccer balls. Look, top quality fitness. Surf rods only $27.99. Massive winter sportswear clearance on now. Men's tracksuits 40% off. These half price. All winter sportswear minimum 20% off. Amart All Sports open 7 days.
10,000 bargains all in store now at Super Amart. Get no deposit, 24 months interest free, 260 off, 100 off, 200 off, again 200 off, 60 off sofas, get no deposit, 24 months interest free, 240 off dining, 100 off, 350 off sleep maker, 150 off Sealy, pre-season clearance on outdoor, and 80 off these. 10,000 bargains all in store now. Catalogue out now at Super Amart now.
Low on vitamins? Start the day with sparkling lemon fresh Superdent. Essential vitamins, minerals, and micro-elements. Superdent, because life shouldn't be a drag.
Because the holes in a Chuck's Super Wipe don't hold dirt, you can rinse them clean time after time after time, which is why they're more hygienic than ordinary cloths. And because they're more hygienic, you can use them. Chuck's Super Wipes. Cleaner, faster, smarter.
That's not extreme. Now that's extreme. And here's the music that goes with the action. Bundaberg Rum bull riding songs. A double CD with the legends of rock and country. There's 30 bone-jarring rock and country tracks on Bundaberg Rum bull riding songs. It's the genuine article.
Wednesday, having left the Alliance, will Kelly vote against them?
They're seeming more down.
And if I'm going to do something conniving and dirty, let's get rich off.
When Survivor continues Wednesday, 8:30 on Win Television.
Keep it on, keep on.
Ball in flight from the restart. 8 points the difference. And Brisbane on the board. Good, strong running of the football there from the Broncos. Number 10, Dane Carlaw. One of the new names that will lead the charge for the Broncos into the next couple of years. Sail up. He beat Donato, all ends up. And now he's 42 metres away from the Sharks line. Prittis puts in a kick. Peachy will get back there with Howland. The ball beats them both to the sideline. So 5 minutes to half-time and 14-6 in favour of the Sharks.
And the Sharks now must make sure they keep their line intact for the next 5 minutes. This next set of 6, almost pedestrian would do. Some good settlers with Lang, Stevens, taking it forward, get it out of this end of the field and go in at the half-time break very happy with an 8-point lead.
Call it, get it in.
Scrum won by the Sharks. And, oh gee, the tackle really buckled McKenna there for a couple of seconds, and eventually he played it, and Graham it is that comes away 20 metres out from the line. Time in opposition half, look at that, the Broncos 26 minutes to the Sharks 8. Now Russell Richardson's away. He's got Lockyer to beat. draws Lockyer, turns it on the inside, and it's Brett Howland. Howland's away, and Howland has scored. Try number 4 for the Sharks.
And scintillating stuff. Speed to burn in this Cronulla outfit. That was one strength they have coming into this match. One advantage, and they take full advantage of it on this occasion. Fantastic work on the far side of the field. We freeze it there. You can see Wendell Saylor. He's coming in, and if he doesn't get there in time, there is space on the outside. As play continues, that's what happens. Beautiful ball there. Lovely in and away from Russell Richardson. Stood up another player. And then Brett Howland, he's the man you want to find. Tony Carroll, valiant in his chase, but Howland, the fastest man on the field, gets another one for the visitors.
Well, this is what they've been doing out wide lately, the Broncos, and all of a sudden John Lang, good coaching from him. He's taken them on. Saylor's taken the gamble once again. Russell Richardson on the outside of Benny Eichen left him floundering, and Tony Carroll looked to hope for an instant, but then Howland went into overdrive and he scores the try.
So there it is, the conversion. Matt Rogers gets his second of the day. Gordon Tallis. Just wondering what the hell have these people been doing in the last week. 20 points to 6, the Sharks leading. Andrew.
And Ray, the man who set up the try, Russell Richardson, in many respects. Look at the reaction here again of the bench. It's like they're booting home winners at Randwick on any given Saturday, but it has been a wretched year in many respects for Russell Richardson. Problems with a calf muscle and a knee problem. In fact, I think that's one of his rare line breaks this season. But you think back to last year, he was good enough to play in the green and gold.
Well, that was just a great move put on Ben Eichen by the man you're talking about. I mentioned the word pedestrian for that set of 6. That was far from.
And just picking you up on a comment there, Andrew, I don't think Johnny Lang would get a ride at Randwick. Maybe Flemington over the jumps, but certainly not Randwick.
And Ray, those headsets he's got on, he's not listening to the races.
Okay. Here's Beattie now to the 30-metre line, his end of the ground. 20 points to 6 the score. The Sharks rattling on the tries, long. I've got to say it, you know, this is just poor ball security from both Nathan and Andrew Pearce earlier. They're giving Brisbane chances that they shouldn't be giving to them, not with this lead.
They're inviting them back into the game, Ray. It's not an invitation that should be issued.
So Johnny Lang will be pumping that point, I'm sure, at half-time. Maybe down the other end of the ground, yeah, but not back there. Now Walters. Long ball on the bounce and knocked on by De Vere. Kicked ahead by Rogers. Rogers was then held out of the play. And there was an appeal from the Sharks for a penalty, but Rogers is obviously not too concerned about it. If you watch this, De Vere knocks on, and the advantage rule applies. Rogers kicks it, and then he's held out of the play. It was a fair appeal, but Rogers didn't want to go on with it anyway.
Don't come in, don't walk forward, bend together. Make it away,
Paul Simpkins just wanting this scrum to pack down. And it is Colin Best who comes away from the right side to cause some trouble for Brisbane. 35 metres away from the Sharks line, and a penalty goes to Cronulla. It's a frustrated Michael Hancock in 16 who's been penalised. And 4-2 the penalties to the Sharks as Peachy finds the line. The eastern touch line. Half-time, a matter of seconds away as Dykes gives it to Richardson. And that is half-time, in fact. The siren getting lost in amongst all the other noise, and it is an exciting afternoon. Tommy Radonicus working on radio, I imagine. The former Magpie great Origin coach. The Sharks 20, the Broncos 6. What a half of football for the Sharks. And we'll come back with more of the action from ANZ Stadium on the other side of this break. This is the wide world of sports on 9.
7:30 Monday night on Friends. What could possibly drive these two great buddies apart?
I can't believe
this, Chandler?
All new friends, 7:30 Monday on Win. Then, on Monday, August 14, he's one of the big screen's toughest guys, and he's about to become one of the small screen's scariest, the new girlfriend's father.
So, Ross, what's your problem? Why can't you get a girlfriend your own age?
Bruce Willis comes to Friends, Monday, August 14 on Win Television.
It's easy to tell who has Vitabrits for breakfast. They're the ones with an edge for life.
Nothing's more powerful than the impact of a Twister. My new sweet chili Twister, that is. With 2 tender pieces of breast fillet chicken and my delicious sweet chili sauce. Woo! It'll send your taste buds into a spin.
Hang on. Purex has long been going for a song, but now it comes to the rescue with extra embossing for extra softness. So, for all the value you need and all the softness you want, follow Purex. Strong on softness, not on price. Hang on.
Can you hear that? Hear what? That.
Nothing's tougher than hard yakka.
I still remember getting my first candy from my grandfather. It was Werther's Original, and I was 4. I'll never forget that first taste. Sweet and creamy, and just plain good. I felt I was really somebody special. Now, I am the grandfather. And what else would I give my little grandson but my Werther's Original? He's somebody special, too.
The world-famous Siberian Cossacks, direct from a sellout world tour. This stunningly beautiful and electrifying show has been hailed by critics as the show to break all barriers of dance. Over 40 performers on stage, breathtaking costumes. This fantastic, sensational and thrilling Russian ensemble is an experience not to be missed. Hutchison Entertainment Group presents the world-famous Siberian Cossacks.
$32,000.
15 questions that can change your life.
I'm a bit surprised there. I'm certainly surprised.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Monday.
And welcome back to ANZ Stadium, where the home side is at the moment on the end of a 20-6 scoreline inflicted on them by a rejuvenated Sharks. What a bounce back for them inside 7 days. 44-6 against Penrith they went down, and here they are giving it to the minor premiers with a 20-6 lead. And I tell you what, a couple of goals that Rogers might have got normally, it would have even been bigger again. Statistics coming out of that first 40 minutes.
Yes, from Mitsubishi, and it shows just the tremendous attacking effort from the Cronulla Sharks this afternoon. 5 line breaks up to 1. Tremendous effort, and you've got to say that both sides are a little bit down in completions, just 13 from 18 for the Brisbane side, 11 from 20 for the Sharks. They'll need to improve on that. But the big statistic there, of course, time in opposition half. 30 minutes for the Broncos, 9 minutes for the Sharks. And the missed tackles also starting to mount up against the premiership favourites.
Day, if anything, is improving here in Brisbane. Breeze might have even picked up a little bit. And it will, there's the coach from Brisbane, coach of the year, Wayne Bennett. Could be no panic from him.
Yeah, hello. All right, stay outside, Harvey. Keep it on. Keep on.
20-6 as the Broncos kick off into this breeze that will favour the Sharks in the second half. And that is something that you just really can't afford to have happen to you. John Lang's head went down together with those Sharks supporters, ball bouncing over the dead ball line, will force a line dropout.
Well, you can't blame Martin Lang there. David Peachey didn't need to be that shallow. He should have been deeper running onto the football, as Wendell Saylor is now. He gets forced back over the 30-metre line. In fact, better than that, 35 out now.
That's great defence there from the Sharks on Saylor. But here's Walters now inside the 20-metre line. They really shouldn't be in this situation. Saylor losing it, regathering. 9 metres away now from the Sharks line as Harvey Howard gets it back for Prentice. Prentice for Tallis. Tallis will do it again. He wants to look at it. The grounding of the football could be all it is. Or did he give the signal, in fact, to have a look at it?
Well, it's a shocking start for the Cronulla side, giving possession away when they should have been working it out from their own line. Here is the put down. I understand I was a little bit of concern about it. I don't think he loses control. I think it will be a green light. David Peachey did his best. Dykes coming late. And really, the first shot is the most definitive. Let's have a look at getting the ball down. It's a little bit dusty, but I think it'll be green.
I'm not so sure. I saw the look on Gordon Tallis's face. He wasn't that confident it would be awarded a try. But in looking at that, you would say, yes, it will be.
I fancy that his hand is still on the football and his hand is forcing downward pressure on it. And it is a try. It is a try. Straight under the black dot for Tallis, his second of the day. 20 points to 10.
Well, of course, it all came from that kickoff, which they handled pretty poorly. Cronulla, in a matter of from the dropout, 4 tackles later. There's gaps all over the place. There's been some probably more missed tackles in that set of 6 than they had in the whole first half.
This is a great offload from Harvey Howard. Well worked by Luke Prentice as well. A yawning gap there for Gordon Tallis to stride into to get his second of the afternoon. And 4's about to become 6.
Darren Lockyer with the goal-kicking duties. Michael De Vere, a slight strain to the hamstring, forfeiting that job for the day. 20 points to 12 now. Andrew Voss on the sideline.
Well, they tell me at half-time in the Broncos room, Wayne Bennett was the most unhappy he has been right through the season. A simple message from Wayne Bennett to his players in general: we must go forward before we start spreading the football. And John Lang, he was concerned about the handling errors inside their own half in that first 40 minutes, and I guess you've got to throw not fielding the kickoff to start the second half as a big problem. But against this mob, his message was, it ain't over until it's over. They burned us earlier this year when we thought we were home.
Twice they've met this year, as a matter of fact, at Toyota Park. Brisbane beat the Sharks 18-14, and then here at ANZ back in May, it was 32-4 in favour of the Broncos. That's the match that John Lang would be referring to. The match at Toyota was pretty much a game of the Broncos getting out of jail late from memory. 40-metre line for Dane Carlaw. Prentice away from dummy half, only the one marker, and that marker, Nathan Long, makes the tackle with Martin Lang coming in second over the top. Brad Thor.
Last tackle. Work back, Martin. Keep coming,
20 points to 12, an 8-point margin now for the Sharks. As Walters runs away from Donato and McKenna and puts the kick down onto the Cronulla line for Peachey.
First, let him up. Hands off. Hold here, wait.
Played a high profile in the game so far today. David Peachey, Martin Lang. Endless as he keeps taking it up, taking a battering.
There's some of the Cronulla stars not on display this afternoon. Andrew Eddinghausen, Sean Ryan.
Wait here, wait with us. Don't go early. Hold.
And the Brisbane team, they come up against a lot of sides that can't score from their own end. That's not the case with the Sharks this afternoon. We saw that they'd only been in Brisbane's half for 9 minutes, yet they were the ones who'd scored 4 tries. So there is some pressure on them.
And this penalty goes to the visitors as Nick Graham, you can see Nick, well, you did for a moment. He's down getting some attention, I think, to an ankle.
Stand up, now hold here. Hold.
And they're taking the lock forward off the park at the moment. As Lang hits it up again, running into Campion.
2, and again, keep the 10.
And Harvey Howard coming in as well to assist in the tackle with Dane Carlaw. Now for Jason Ferrers, back on the inside for Nathan Long.
At 3.
33 metres away from the Brisbane line. An 8-point buffer to the Sydney side. As it goes from Dykes to Ferrers, Ferrers to Peachy, Peachy into his back line. Rogers is in off the wing, playing in the centres. Rogers comes back, looks for an opening, gives it to Big Stevens. Stevens is able to get it away to Donato, but Donato is put away by Carlaw.
Here it is, Brad. Wait.
Centre ground. Right in the middle of the smoke-free sign. Sponsors of the final series. Colin Best. And Best is down, 15 out from the line on the eastern side. Plenty of parkland to work with as they put the bomb up. Across it goes, and Sailor really not pressured at all. Back for a quick restart at the middle of the 20. And Sailor it is that picks up 12 metres, running through Shannon Donato's tackle. Lottie Takeri comes in to put his weight behind Sailor to the halfway. Prentice now. Sailor's there again. 40-metre line.
Oh, he's knocked on. What a shame for the Broncos because they've done so well. 3 tackles, 40 metres. Only the wingers taking it. And between these two men, Takeri and Wendell Sailor, 33 tries. And I did think that got a hand. A little bit of assistance in knocking it out.
Bend together. Got no seconds. Back it away. Martin.
40-metre line. Let's go to Andrew on the sideline. Yes, Andrew?
Yeah, no indication as yet whether Nick Graham will return as it just fires up in this scrum, but right now they're just testing, Dr. Maloof from the Sharks, just testing what sort of weight Nick Graham can put onto his left ankle.
This was the incident where Nick Graham was injured. Ooh, gee, that left ankle went down under the weight of the Bronco player.
You've heard what I said.
Paul Simpkins is giving a penalty to the Broncos.
Whiteley's onside.
On the Cronulla 40-metre line, this, of course, should see the Broncos with a perfect opportunity, although it's not a good kick from Darren Lockyer. 30-metre line for the tap free kick restart, and Howard with a barnstorming run takes them inside the 20-metre line. Prentice giving it away. Walters passing it for Brad Thorne, and Thorne is put down by a 3-man Sharks defence. Prentice just outside the 10-metre line. Then Campion for Tallis, and Tallis put away about 3 metres out from the line. Thorne looking to have a go himself, offloading. He's taken 3 defenders out of it. Campion and Walters work with Lockyer. Lockyer stands, gets it away to ground, and it's Cronulla coming away with David Peachy.
Play on. Play there, 0. Pull back, hold.
Trista giving it up for Martin Lang one more time. He takes a buffeting. Blood still coming from a nasal wound.
I think he was the man, Ray, that was penalised in that scrum for leading with the head as he was packing in. Well, he did put his side under pressure. His partner now, Jason Stevens, pops one out the back. Dykes cleans up.
Ferris sweeping it back onto the inside for McKenna to give to Peachy. Peachy then to Ferris. Ferris giving it away to Dykes. Dykes is trying to get the ball on the outside to Colin Best. The ball's to ground and Best has got it.
That's 4.
And Simpkins not restarting the tackle count. There was a suggestion from Cronulla that Brisbane had played at the football. This is Beattie now, doing well to get it to the 40-metre line on tackle 5. And then it is Dean Trista who sends it down to bounce into the arms of Lockyer. Lockyer comes back with an 18-metre run, ending just short of his own 40-metre line. To Kerry, looking for a passage through the forwards. De Vere put down by Trista, 1-on-1. And Brisbane with simple plays are making ground. 30-metre line, Cronulla's end. Walters for Tallis.
4-5 last. Keep coming, Jason, keep coming. Jason.
Priddis will go down the short side with his pass for Lockyer. Lockyer rolling it into the end goal. Peachy is going to try and get back, but no, not this time. Line drop out. Second best thing can happen for Brisbane.
Brisbane really starting to put their act together now in the opening stages of this second half. Kicking game has come good. Lockyer's getting a lot more heavily involved. And Cronulla on the ropes at this stage.
Work that 10 metres, Sharks.
Paul, if I were the Sharks in the second half, I'd take a leaf out of what was successful for Parramatta against Brisbane in the last couple of seasons. I'd be looking to kick for touch. Great dropout here. What about that?
That's the biggest drop kick I've seen in rugby league.
That is unbelievable.
It has gone 67 metres on the fly from Matt Rogers.
They're just going on further out. I'd be trying to get Brisbane into set formation. I don't want to play them in open field. So I'd be kicking for touch as much as possible, slowing down so you can get your defence set.
The second and now the third play with Carlaw held up and looking to unload. He loses the ball. And referee Simpkins ruling it was touched by the Sharks. He's nullified the tackle count. Berrigan goes back to the centre to be tackled hard. Lockyer there from dummy half. Scheming, looking for an opening. Now it's Berrigan finding Carroll, and Carroll's tackled 10 metres away from the Cronulla line. Campion's pass finding Saylor, and Saylor tries to stay in the field of play. He does that. Fifth tackle against the Broncos from Campion. It's with Ben Ikin. He puts a kick into the end goal. Peachy does it well, does it confidently. Still 8 points the margin in favour of the Cronulla Sharks. And now they're faced with the job of getting it out of their own end, get it out of their own danger zone with Beattie.
How good has Chris Beattie been this afternoon? Came into the game early on with Martin Lang going to the blood bin, and he's revelled in the conditions out there. So too this man, Chris McKenna, who takes it close to the 30-metre line.
There's Rogers this time. Out and away from dummy half, but he's held by Berrigan, thwarting any thoughts that Rogers had of taking it any further, and the kick down the ground is straight to Lockyer, who comes back to the 40-metre line. He links up with a long pass to Takiri, and Takiri not held again, and now he'll be made to play the ball 42 metres away from the Sharks line. Walters. Slow play the ball. Tallis. 2 tries for Gordon Tallis.
Let him go again, let him up. Wait.
Berrigan for Harrison. Harrison tries to slip between Trista and Long. The gap just closing in the nick of time. Shane Walker for Brad Thorne. Thorne, 5 out, gets a pass away, they're over. Ben Ikin is in to score for the Broncos. Adjacent to the uprights. Big Brad Thorne, too big, too strong, offloading, and Ikin puts it down.
Yeah, Paul mentioned the fact that Darren Lockyer is getting much more involved in this second half. So too the big front rower, Brad Thorne, taking the ball forward much more often and got some good second phase going. And this is beautiful stuff, attracting plenty of defenders and putting it on a platter for his outside man.
Yeah, good hole running too by Ben Ikin. Very talented young kid, Ben Ikin, been around a few years now, but still only in his early 20s. And Brad Thorne does extremely well. The big right arm, the big hook around the corner. And no one was going to stop Ben Ikin.
The kid who helped make up that incredible State of Origin side for Coach Vaughton, who confronted the coach in the lift, and the coach didn't know who he was. Thought he was just an autograph hunter. Conversion is there for the Broncos to whittle it away. It's 20 points to 18 now, the Sharks with their nose in front.
Monday on A Current Affair, the 10-year-old girl, victim of a race hate campaign.
Makes me crook in the gut.
An innocent child and her family driven out of home.
It's absolutely horrific.
While people around her just turn their backs.
About what's happened to the young girl.
Plus the truth about those tummy trimmers.
Some of them are an absolute waste of money.
We put them to the test.
That actually hurts deep in the muscle.
Attacking a waist or just your wallet.
If we're selling hope to people, isn't that a good thing?
When Nissan presents A Current Affair.
Son, you're about to become a man. I present to you the Pepper Steak Club.
Dad, is that Paul Harrigan?
Yes, son. All great footy players belong to the Pepper Steak Club.
Why would I want this when I've got Smith's Pepper Steak chips?
Chief, want one?
One.
Chief, want more?
Hey!
You heard the boy. One.
Smiths, they're too good.
I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. I murdered a rock, injured a stone. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. I told you all that I was the greatest.
It is Mitsubishi.
Sit, stay. Okay, thank.
It's the smoked chicken and cheese sausage with tasty corn relish in our new Smoky Dog combo that makes you want to woof it down. That's what I want. Red Rooster.
10,000 bargains all in store now at Super Amart. Get no deposit, 24 months interest-free, 260 off, 100 off, 200 off, again 200 off, 60 off sofas, get no deposit, 24 months interest-free, 240 off dining, 100 off, 350 off Sleepmaker, 150 off Sealy, pre-season clearance on outdoor, and 80 off these. 10,000 bargains all in store now. Catalogue out now at Super Amart now.
Ready yet?
Noble Rise Bakery. Sorry. Noble Rise Bakery.
Noble Rise isn't like ordinary bread. Before it's baked, the dough is left in peace and quiet to rest. And that's what brings out the real bread flavour.
Enjoy my Noble Rise?
Not while we're eating.
It's the time at rest that makes Noble Rise taste best.
Telecast of the finals going into Melbourne live, as I mentioned in the first half. And 20 points to 18. The Sharks are in front of Brisbane and doing a damn fine job of, well, rubbing egg onto the face of the pundits, I suppose, is the best way of putting it.
That's two, and again, here's 10.
Hanging in there. Played by Carroll. This is Carlaw now. They have been playing it very simple in the second half, the Broncos. Wingers taking it away, dummy half runs. A forward just powering off a dummy half.
Full work 10, he's 10.
And that was a perfect example, just that last three plays, as to what Brisbane have been doing in the second half. This is Berrigan now. Jumper 17. Walters kicking out of dummy half. And Brett Howland back to take it away from his 10-metre line. Put down by Tony Carroll on the 20, Cronulla's end of the park. 55 minutes of the game gone now. So 25 minutes and we'll know which way it's going to go next weekend. If the Sharks win Saturday, the Sharks will play the Roosters as Russell Richardson tries to make an indentation down the left side. Sunday, if that was the case, with the Sharks win, it'll be Parramatta versus Brisbane. Now on the other side, if Brisbane win Saturday, it'll be Parramatta versus Penrith, and Sunday Canberra versus Sydney Roosters. That'll be Saturday night and Sunday afternoon as the ball goes to the left for Dykes and then back on the inside for Big Paul Mellor. Dykes is there in support. Dykes is inside the 20. He gets it away for Donato. Donato put down, 10 out. 5 tackles gone. The Sharks on the right of the ground. Peachy's got the ball, gave it away. Colin Best is there, needs to turn it back on the inside. There's the pass, Nathan Long, back for Adam Dykes. Dykes runs across the park, still going Dykes. Now he looks and finds Peachy. Peachy's tackle, gets it away. It's now Martin Lang. Lang gets it away. Now it's Andrew Pearce. Pearce gets it away. And this is Russell Richardson. Richardson's over.
Oh,
Richardson,
he's lost it.
Has he grounded the ball? No.
He lost it.
He lost the ball over the line.
Well, that would have been one of the tries of the new millennium, that's for sure. Unbelievable play from the Cronulla side.
And
brilliant
tries of the season.
That's right. Great play from Dykes. He covered about 50 metres looking for some support. And, oh, no. Well,
So,
you talk about turning points.
Harrison on the halfway. Tallis. Russell Richardson, to quote the obvious, will never forget the 56th minute of the final that he played in one day against the Brisbane Broncos at ANZ. Matt Rogers, 2 metres out from his own line. How many sets of hands did it go through? And this boy did magnificently, Colin Best. Martin Lang with his nose now apparently plugged. Yes, there's a cotton lint or whatever you call it, plugged up that nose to stop the bleeding. It's been an absolute pest for him. They've lost it.
Yeah, one-on-one steal on the far
Takiri
side.
on Rogers. Now Berrigan. Berrigan 22 metres away from the Cronulla line. 20 points to 18. Walker. Shane Walker driven down under a three-man Cronulla tackle. Campion. Sailor. Got away from Ferris, gave it to Lockyer. Now they come back on the inside through De Vere. Takiri was going to be hard to beat had they gone the other way. Here's Aiken. Aiken looks for his second try of the day. Gets it away to Lockyer. Lockyer away to Walters. Walters could see the line, couldn't get it down. Fifth tackle. Lockyer goes back. Tallis shovels it away. Howard, Campion, Berrigan. Carroll loses the ball. Howland has got it for the Sharks.
Yeah, great defence once again by the Sharkies out wide. They were outnumbered, but somehow they just kept turning up. They got there. Good second phase play from the Broncos in close. And the fumble, even if he had caught that, I reckon Howland would have got him in the corner with his superior pace.
The big problem for the Sharks now is that they are that tired. You would not expect that they're going to make too much ground in this set of six. Beatty, slam dunked. Campion was hurt. Donato, great metres up the middle of the ruck.
Cronulla digging as deep as they can dig now. 205 tackles. They've been asked to make 25% more tackles in the game. He's lost the ball. They offer Brisbane another chance. De Vere, 25 out from the line. The Broncos come at them again. Harvey Howard, 12 out centre ground, as you can see. Now Luke Priddis goes to the eastern side. Brad Thorne unloading easily. It's with Kevin Walters, and Walters will play the ball. Thorne pushing the dummy half out of the road. There he is with the ball. Brad Thorne and three of the Sharks put him away. Third tackle down. 10 metres out from the line. Ben Aiken finding Sailor. They look to be offside. The ball has travelled forward. Simpkins will put a scrum down. 10 metres away from the Cronulla line. Cronulla's loose head and feed.
Ordinary ball here from Benny Aiken. But good numbers in defence there once again by Cronulla. And you're right, physically, they are struggling, the Sharks.
I'll call you in. Keep it apart.
They need to slow things down a little bit for a while. Get a good kicking game going. They've got to turn Brisbane around.
It's nail-biting stuff, isn't it? Don't forget the Sharks. This is sudden death. There's no tomorrow. They get beaten today. And we are into the final quarter of this game, so one thing that is in their favour, apart from the scoreboard, is the clock.
Hold it, Bronx, don't walk forward.
So an ankle problem for Rogers, adding to the problem for Nick Graham.
Stand up, Bronx, stand up. Walk it back.
Russell Richardson packing into the scrum.
They come together.
Howland in the centres, Rogers out on the flank. Such is the problem that they encounter at the moment. Rogers is off now. Pearce has gone on. Graham is off again. So really, Coach Johnny Lang has got little to choose from now. He's probably down to something like 14, maybe 15 players at the very best. As Rogers goes towards the bench and the doctor, it's Pearce away for Dykes, and Dykes is put down 22 metres out from his own line. Time in opposition half, still grossly in favour of the home team. So that adds further weight to the performance of the Sharks, leading by 2. But a long, long time left in the game to hang on. The kick going down towards Lockyer. He brings it off his 20. Sets off towards Takiri, who's got the ball now. And he's grasped on the halfway mark. Lockyer. Inside for Priddis, and Priddis will play it on the 40-metre line. Kevin Walters away for Gordon Tallis. Tallis stepping out of the tackle of Dean Treaster, pulled down by Jason Ferris.
Ray, with 17 minutes to go, the Sharks have to be the next scorer. I think if Brisbane put the points on, they will win the game. The Sharks, they must keep their line intact here, somehow get to the other end and get some more points. Aiken's
kick is nicely weighted. It might find the dead ball line. It was moving, the player was moving, he was over the dead ball line, so it's a 20-metre restart. Paul Mellor, he took as much time as he could, got the job done, fortunately for Cronulla. So the first tackle is made 21 metres out from their own line, but they've been camped down here for a long time now, haven't they? Here's Donato. Ever since Russell Richardson leant across the line and lost it, my memory tells me that they've been parked inside their own 20. Stevens. 64th minute gone. Pearce giving it for Beattie. Beattie for Treaster. Treaster for Stevens. Stevens fends away from Carroll but is confronted. Oh, Stevens has given the ball forward to Howland.
And the ref's missed it.
Well, I don't know about the ref. What about the touch judge that was standing on top of it?
He missed it too.
Here's the kick down the ground. A little stroke of luck there for Cronulla. Sailor's back on his 20-metre line. Gets it away for Lockyer. Lockyer goes straight and hard. Runs into the defence. Turns it back to Walters. Walters outside the 40. Gives it to Takiri. Takiri gets rid of Beattie. Then he is tackled eventually by Beattie. 38 metres out from the line. The Broncos again with Kevin Walters this time. Priddis. Back for Tallis. Tallis then for Walters. Walters for Carlaw. And Carlaw flicks it out. It's with Tallis going down the touchline on the eastern side, and Beattie it is that makes the tackle. A suggestion it might have been high. It looked okay. It's away to Aiken. Aiken in and away, then able to get it away to Campion. Campion for Lockyer. Lockyer bombarded by the Sharks. But here they are again in familiar territory, Cronulla. Can they hold them? It's kicked by Campion. It came off the Sharks' knee. Brisbane can't pick it up. They do the second time. They get the ball away. The tackle count has been restarted. And Brisbane, I don't know that they know that. Sailor offloads the ball. Harrison is there in the tackle, and he's put down on one. Priddis. Walters. Walters to the 10. De Vere is a metre from the line. Now Takiri has a go. He's over the line. Lottie Takiri has got the try that Brisbane has been aching for.
Well, the referee will have a look just to make sure the grounding is okay. But it appears as though Lottie Takiri has done a Shannon Donato and got across from dummy half. Yeah, that's a try for sure, but so much pressure. So much pressure that the Sharks had to open up. And I mentioned the strike power of the two wingers. Saylor coming into this game with 17 tries next to his name. Takiri 16. And they keep that going.
Well, they will be disappointed if it's a green light. I mean, they've hung on and hung on. Their defence has been absolutely fantastic. Brisbane have had all the football. And we know what a fine attacking team they are, but such a simple try, this one. That's what they'll be disappointed in.
There was, Paul, just a little hint of a double movement, but let me say that it was Cronulla actually pulling the ball in that direction rather than Takiri trying to improve it. I'm sure that has to be said, because I thought, just remember, there might have been a hint of a double movement, but I'm sure it was the Sharks pulling it towards themselves rather than this young man, the 20-year-old Takiri, inflicting a double movement on his team. From the touchline for Darren Lockyer. That's the view that he's got of the uprights at the southern end of ANZ Stadium. And it's out very, very wide, so no addition for Brisbane, but they lead for the first time in the game, 22 points to 20.
Tonight.
The worst possible day you could shoot a show like this.
Rain, hail, sleet or snow.
How's this wind?
Yeah, I know, mate, they're going to be blown away.
Nothing can stop the ultimate Aussie makeover.
Low maintenance native garden.
Backyard Blitz tonight on Win.
Get into the new Ford car for just $14,990 drive away. No other car gives you so many standard features like air conditioning, power steering, CD, electric sunroof and dual airbags. But at $14,990 drive away, you'll have to be quick.
What's life really like in today's Navy?
We've got 4 ships close, aircraft going over. You're the guy on the bridge and you've got to wear it. I reckon that's the best job in the world.
They teach you everything from life skills to a particular trade. You have people that stick by you through thick and thin. You're not just workmates, you're also quite good friends.
It's a very tight-knit group. It's like your family. If you give me $1 million and I'd still be here on Monday.
Today's Defence Force. Real people with real jobs and a real life.
The Dimmy's gigantic stock take sale starts Monday with finders like these. Mark II Viper scooters are crazy, $69.99. Bond's cotton lycra vests, $5.99. Here's more bargains. Canning Vale bath towels, $9.99. Rubber back covered runner, $9.99 a metre. Here's more. Director's chairs with footrests, $17.99. And luxury Pacao sheet sets, all sizes only $19.99. Sale starts Monday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at all Dimmy stores. Be there.
That's not extreme. Now that's extreme. And here's the music that goes with the action. Bundaberg Rum bull riding songs. A double CD with the legends of rock and country. There's 30 bone-jarring rock and country tracks on Bundaberg Rum bull riding songs. It's the genuine article.
For instant adrenaline, just add water.
The 2000 World Outrigger Canoe Sprint Championships are coming to Townsville. From August 12th to the 19th, the waters of Townsville Strand will witness crews from around the world paddle it out to the number one.
We're coming from Hawaii to Townsville, and we're looking forward to seeing you there.
For more information, contact CivicNet. The 2000 World Outrigger Canoe Sprint Championships.
Brought to you by Win Television.
The Festiva run out is on, and it's your last chance to save on Festiva with air conditioning. From just $12,990 drive away, no more to pay. This offer can't be repeated, so run into the Festiva run out before stocks run out.
When half a ton of grizzly feels
overwhelming,
what does it eat?
We were pretty much trapped in the sleeping bags.
Thought I was going to die that day.
Anything at once.
No, Bear, no!
Man-Eater's Bears tonight on Win.
The Sharks have led, and now it's Brisbane by 2. 22 points to 20, played by Carlaw.
They're really sweating on a Broncos mistake now. They do need one. They need some quality ball down in this area of the field. Something they just haven't had in this second half.
Suddenly, Penrith are starting to breathe again. They've been resuscitated 5 times this afternoon, all of Penrith. Andrew Voss, sideline.
This is the Sharks grand final, and they've just played their last card. John Lang sending both Nick Graham and Matt Rogers both out there. I'll tell you, Rabbits, Nick Graham, he's about 50% fit. Matt Rogers about 60%, both troubled by left ankle injuries.
Played by Michael Hancock on tackle 5. Aikens kick into the in goal. And it will find the dead ball line, and away goes Peachy quickly out to the 20.
Where is he? Where is he? I've got to get another transmitter, mate.
There's a problem with the transmitter, apparently, with the referee. So 22 points to 20 the score. Just under 12 to go. Brisbane in front as Hancock takes a break.
On 60 Minutes, the uproar over baby making.
Hey, gorgeous.
Look what happens when it all goes wrong.
They abandoned me in the hospital.
The egg donor.
What price is there for a child?
The surrogate mum.
They lied to me and my family.
The gay parents.
She was just another employee.
At each other's throats.
I was used.
I never want to see that woman again.
Also, the best boss in the world. Why he gave each worker $1 million cash.
Life has a price, doesn't it?
Toyota presents 60 Minutes, tonight 7:30.
This is the end. This is...
After 18 months at the Royal Military College, Duntroon, you'll have all it takes to be a true leader. Today's army is looking for tomorrow's leaders. So call 13 1901. The Army, the Edge.
Camera House buys are big on Pentax. Australia's biggest camera group has the clout to get the best prices and pass the savings on to you. Australia's top-selling SLR, the Pentax MZ50, with a 28-80 macro zoom and case, just $489. A Camera House bulk buy. And the Pentax SBO 105G, with a 38-105 zoom, case and tripod, plus 8x21 binoculars for only $259. Take advantage of this great Camera House bulk buy on Pentax.
Do you say yes, but your dentures say no? Polydent is one of the strongest holding adhesive creams you can buy, and it keeps out irritating bits of food. Polydent, adhesives and cleansers.
The world-famous Siberian Cossacks, direct from a sellout world tour. This stunningly beautiful and electrifying show has been hailed by critics as the show to break all barriers of dance. Over 40 performers on stage. Breathtaking costumes. This fantastic, sensational and not to be missed. Hutchison Entertainment Group presents the world-famous Siberian Cossacks.
Thrills, spills, a titanic battle of wills. That's the Bundaberg Run Bull Riding Series 2000, the biggest, richest, most spectacular series in Australia. You'll be clinging to the edge of your seats as Australia's top bull riders try and beat the meanest bucking bulls for a prize pool of nearly $200,000. Proudly endorsed by the Championship Bull Riders, it's visiting more towns across Queensland and New South Wales than ever before. So look out for the Bundaberg Run Bull Riding Series 2000. It's the genuine article.
20-metre tap for Cronulla. They lead, I beg your pardon, their lead has been whittled away and now eclipsed by Brisbane. 22-20, the home side, the minor premiers, who, if they win, get a week's break along with Newcastle. Penalty to the Sharks. This will help the cause.
Well, Andrew Voss said that Nick Graham was 50% fit. He's about 30 now. He's in all sorts of trouble. Can't move. He realises this could be the last 11 minutes of their season. And this is the first time that they've been inside the 30 of the Brisbane team for probably 20 minutes.
Dykes, Richardson taking the pass right on the line. 22 metres away. Peachy for long. Nathan has got up to within 17 metres. Centre of the ground. Peachy is on the right. Here's Dykes coming away. Outside Stevens, finding Martin Lang. Lang will play the ball. 10 metres in from touch, western side. Stevens! Stevens! Oh, so close, the big man. Donato. Now for Ferris. Ferris gets away. Ferris goes back at the line. And he's pulled down a metre out. Fifth tackle for the Sharks. Where do they go? They go for Adam Dykes. Dykes puts in a kick. It came off Tony Carroll. Went back to the Broncos. Simpkins asked the question and said play on. Dallas passing down on their own 10-metre line, and De Vere is pulled down from behind. Takiri with a long damaging run. He's tackled 27 metres away from the line. Plays it back to Walters. Now it's away for De Vere. De Vere's inside the 20, taken by Lang and Long. 15 out for the line. 22-20 Brisbane. Tallis looking for number 3. Got the ball back to his captain. 6 more tackles. Walters will play it. Priddis. Now it's for Aiken. Aiken, he knows they're tired, takes them on. Aiken gets his second. Benny Aiken scores for Brisbane. 26-20.
Championship qualities here shown by the Brisbane team. Cronulla side, they're not tired, they're out on their feet. Lottie Takiri, a great game from him again this afternoon. Tackled by Colin Best, wanted to play on, and then a simple try. Ben Aiken gets his second, this time just throws the little dummy. Spins out of the tackle of McKenna. Peachy can't stop him. Game, set, match.
Yeah, it's a situation of the Cronulla players out on their feet, and there was plenty of pointing, but the inside defence just couldn't get there to Aiken. I think it was Jason Stevens. He had a great game, Jason Stevens, but they're oh so tired. And the class of Brisbane has really shone through in this second half. They've had all the footy. They've controlled it well. Cronulla, they've got players on the bench who just can't come back on.
The trend was set from the kickoff, wasn't it? When it went dead, and they've just never recovered from that. Straight on the back foot.
So Darren Lockyer from right in front adds a further 2, and an important 2 it might turn out to be. Andrew Voss on the sideline at the 73rd minute.
Ray, I think it's worth having a look at this kick from Adam Dykes at the other end of the field, ruling no knock on. Well, there may have been a touch off the right arm of Tony Carroll. On the Sharks bench, they all went up as one with a cry of "You're joking." So perhaps the Sharks have been hard done by a very close ball.
Yes, looking at that replay, there doesn't seem any doubt. Oh dear. The Sharks have given a penalty at the middle of the halfway. There seemed no doubt on the replay that it contacted part of the arm of Tony Carroll.
That restart there, that was really silly work from Colin Best. Why wouldn't he let the ball bounce and hopefully get a bounce that would take at the 10? This is the kick we're talking about, Tony Carroll. Well,
Thorne. Broncos in front now by 8. They trail 20-6. Takiri down the left side. 15 out. In front of that packed Eastern grandstand. Harrison. Walters, he's been magnificent. Campion. If this is to be Kevin's last game here, he hasn't let himself down, I'll give you the tip. Berrigan will go all the way. Berrigan. Well, they stood off. It was almost like he was wearing the wrong deodorant.
Well, that's how tired they are, Ray. No one laid a hand on him. No one even tried to tackle him. All the players thinking mentally that someone else is going to do it. And he's a smart player, Berrigan. Plenty of speed, plenty of skill. And a long ball, and from here you think, well, it's not a bad line actually Cronulla have got. But, you know, they all expected someone else to make the tackle.
Yeah, Martin Lang looking at Shannon Donato, who looked back at Martin Lang. Last tackle, they'd done pretty well after giving away the penalty from the restart, not going the required 10 metres. But just when they looked like all the hard work was going to be okay, on the last tackle, Sean Berrigan, who's played very well this afternoon, called in by Wayne Bennett off the bench to start in the centres. And Ray, I've got to back you up on Kevin Campion. He's just about been the best player out there. Campion, 33 tackles. A long way in front of anybody else in his side in that department.
Lockout, another 2. They're going to have a week's rest to get ready for their semi-final. 34-20. Andrew on the sideline again.
Coming out after half-time, Ray, I was privy to Wayne Bennett, his arm around Sean Berrigan, just some last-minute instructions. You've got to remember, he's one of the young brigade that hasn't necessarily tasted the great success of the Brisbane Broncos come finals football, so tremendous experience for him. Good experience today also for the likes of Dane Carlaw.
Cronulla coming up with the football from the restart. Crowd figure just coming through as Cronulla gets a penalty on the halfway line. 25,831 here at ANZ today. 25,831. Martin Lang, who's been so courageous, takes it to the 20-metre line. Not just today either. It's been a marvellous season for Martin Lang. Peachy, I thought he was going to ignite. A great day for the Sharks. In many ways, for them, it has been a great day. Rogers knocks on. 34 points to 20, a 14-point break with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, the Sharks will bow out today, as everyone expected, but not before one of the gutsiest efforts I've ever seen from a side. Some of these forwards have just had magnificent games. Jason Stevens, Martin Lang, Andrew Pearce, Chris Beattie. He was nearly their best player, Chris Beattie. We've seen Nick Graham limp back onto the field, Matt Rogers. They all shouldn't be there, but they've gutsed it out, and they can go home holding their heads up very high.
So, with Brisbane to win this game, next Saturday night we will televise live Parramatta versus Penrith. The local derby will go to Rugby League headquarters on Saturday night, and then on Sunday the Raiders will play the Roosters, with Melbourne and the Sharks, the two clubs eliminated. And the highest qualified two that get the week's break will be Brisbane and Newcastle. Michael De Vere hampered today. Locking his pass on the bounce for Campion, floated by Aiken, given by Carroll, run then by Sailor, fending his Sailor, swerving his Sailor, up the middle goes Sailor, and he's pulled down 7 away. Played back to Aiken, and here's Harrison running straight at them. Fifth tackle. Aiken to go over for Walters, a spiralling pass for Thorne. Thorne gives it to Takiri, it's on the ground, it's touched, it'll be a try, no! No, he's ruled that it went forward off Takiri, and he was playing the advantage rule. Wayne Bennett. Did I catch a smile on his face? They say he wasn't smiling at half-time. Barking, I'm told. One word used. And there's Wayne Bennett smiling. Chairman alongside him there. The Sharks absolutely out on their feet. The ask has been too much. 268 tackles against 199. But this team, the Broncos, they have come back from 20 to 6 down to ask the question again. Peachy fires it across for Dykes. And Dykes runs into the uprights, grounds the ball, then he's put back in the end goal. Line drop out to restart us again for the final time.
Yeah, great effort with the Broncos. Just shows they're in good order as they head down the track towards a possible grand final berth. And a big turnaround. Bad mistake here, but this time last week they conceded 28 points in the second half. So far in this second half they've scored 28. And maybe there's more to come.
The Lockyer fires the pass out immediately from the tap. And it's towed down the ground by Peachy, picked up by Takiri. And Lottie Takiri is tackled as the siren sounds. The fourth qualifying final is over, but not before the Sharks gave the minor premiers one hell of a fright. 20 points to 6 at half-time. Been replied to. 34 points to 20 from the Broncos. What a magnificent second half. And as I said, Brisbane and Newcastle will get the week's break, regroup and come back. Whilst on Saturday, Parramatta will play Penrith at the SFS in the night time. And on Sunday, Raiders will play the Roosters in the afternoon. You'll see them both on the Sports Leader, the wide world of sports, from which we take a break and then back for the wrap-up. And of course, bringing you our $1,000 Tui's new Man of the Match on the other side of this.
G'day, welcome to Win News Wildlife. John Young here. Next week I'm going to show you the golden shouldered parrot, the destined termite mounds on Cape York. Look forward to your company then.
Win News, weeknights at 6.
This is the end. This is...
After 18 months at the Royal Military College, Duntroon, you'll have all it takes to be a true leader. Today's army is looking for tomorrow's leaders. So call 13 1901. The Army, the Edge.
It's easy to tell who has Vitabrits for breakfast.
I got it! I got it! I've got it! I got it! I got it! I got it! I got it!
Kick it to me! Kick it to me!
They're the ones with an edge for life.
Nothing's more powerful than the impact of a twister. My new sweet chili twister, that is. With 2 tender pieces of breast fillet chicken and my delicious sweet chili sauce. Woo! It'll send your taste buds into a spin.
10,000 bargains all in store now at Super Amart. Get no deposit, 24 months interest-free, 260 off, 100 off, 200 off, again 200 off, 60 off sofas, get no deposit, 24 months interest-free, 240 off dining, 100 off, 350 off sleep maker, 150 off Sealy, pre-season clearance on outdoor, and 80 off these. 10,000 bargains all in store now. Catalogue out now at Super Amart now.
Paramount Hire introduces the Subby Hire Card. Take advantage of being a Paramount Hire Subby Card holder and receive 15% discount off all your hire. Your first hire to the value of $50, free. The chance to win free hire every month. And every 3 months you'll get the chance to win 2 nights at the casino. Look for your Paramount Hire Subby Card registration form in the mail and start saving money.
Hi, I'm Scott. And I'm Rod. Bring in your Subby Card and let the professional team at Paramount Hire show you how to get the best value hire in town.
Do you say yes, but your dentures say no? Polydent is one of the strongest holding adhesive creams you can buy, and it keeps out irritating bits of food. Polydent, adhesives and cleansers.
Wednesday, having left the Alliance, will Kelly vote against them?
They're seeming more down.
And if I'm going to do something conniving and dirty, let's get rich off.
When Survivor continues Wednesday 8:30 on Win Television.
A real scare for the Premiership hot shots this afternoon before Wayne Bennett and his men have conjured up another tremendous victory in front of their home crowd. Wayne Bennett, you don't often see him come down to the sidelines to celebrate, but he realises the importance of today and the fact it is the last game at ANZ Stadium for the season. 14-point winners, the Broncos over the Sharks today. Not a true reflection of the effort put in by the Sharks. Tallis and Eichen got doubles. Takiri and Berrigan scored. Lockyer kicked 5 from 6. For the Sharks, Mellor, Dykes, Donato and Howland all first half tries. Rogers kicked 2 from 4. Man of the match today and a tremendous performer for the Broncos is with Andrew Voss.
And Peter, the $1,000 Tui's new man of the match today goes the way of the Brisbane Broncos. Hard-working lock forward Kevin Campion. Right off the top, I've got to ask you, at half-time, they tell me Wayne Bennett very unhappy, probably the most he's been all year at 20 points to 6 down.
Yeah, that's right, mate. I mean, Wayne wasn't the only one unhappy in the room. There was 17 blokes there very unhappy, you know, with their performance in the first half. We knew what we had to do, you know, we had to come out and, you know, just play bloody, you know, good football and control football, a bit of patience there, and we just thought we'd get back into the game.
Probably a turning point in the second half. I'd like to know where you were standing, what sort of view you had of it. Russell Richardson gets over for the Sharks, bounced the ball. I mean, that could have been, well, not game over for the Broncos, but the job would have been so much tougher.
Yeah, it was very unlucky for Russell, you know, but we were defending well at that stage, and, you know, we just needed a bit of luck to go our way, and that was, you know, that was to prove the winning thing for us.
And finally, Kevin, I suppose now you can look back with relief, but this is exactly the match you would have hoped for, the sort of game you would have hoped for, given that you've now got a week off.
Yeah, we've still got a few injuries in the club with Shane Webster to come back, and hopefully he'll be right for the preliminary final. You know, and another bloke's got niggles, so, you know, we'll put us in good stead just to get that few weeks rest.
OK, Kevin, well done today. $1,000 from Tui's.
Thanks, Fossey. Thanks, gentlemen. I'd just like to say hello to Mum and Dad up in Serena. Thanks very much.
And we send our best wishes to Mr and Mrs Campion and Paul Vaughton. A double celebration for that man on screen.
Yeah, Kevin Wallace has decided to call it quits at the end of this year. He's an Ipswich boy. He went and played a few years in Canberra before coming to the Broncos in 1990. And a fitting finale to his great career in front of his home crowd here, being cheered off by his teammates. They love him. He's been the heart and soul of this club for a long, long time. So what's coming up next weekend? Here we go. It's the Parramatta Eels take on the Penrith Panthers. That's on Saturday night, and you'll see that live. The winner of that match goes on to play Brisbane the following weekend. And then on Sunday, the Canberra Raiders take on the Sydney Roosters. That's at 4 p.m. And the winner of that match goes on to play Newcastle the following weekend.
And don't forget tomorrow night, Footy Show Awards from the State Theatre at 9:30. We'll do it all again very soon. On behalf of the Channel 9 Footy crew, it's bye for now.